Hey there, welcome to day 59. Today we've got a big drop from Ethereum, Bitcoin. We got a big drop from everything. Ethereum, I'm just going to start off by looking at this. We're down 5.84%. We did recover quite a bit, but the drop was significantly larger. I'm looking at a 15-minute chart for some reason. Current price is $2,232 for Ethereum. We did dip to a low of 2,149. Me, unfortunately, I had a trigger order at 2,150, like exactly 2,150 on my main account. And, well, you know, I took it out and I put it a little lower at 21, 21, 21, around this kind of area. And I kind of regret doing that because I could have been in maybe some profit right now. But I keep saying that every day after buying every dip. And the dip just keeps on dipping. And then the dip of the other dip keeps dipping too. So I'm kind of stuck in that position. Not sure what to do other than hold and DCA here. We did dip a little lower during recession fears on the 5th of August approximately, when Ethereum reached a low of 2,119. From there, I was like, okay, I'll expect some more drops, so I'll get some more trigger orders ready, which I did do on my main account. They've all been executed, most of them. I even sent a bit more reinforcements, if you know what I mean. But it's, yeah, price is still dipping little by little. We do have Bitcoin also dropping almost pretty much 4%. We dipped to, take a note of this, 53,900 is where we're at right now, but we dipped to 52,515. We're getting at dangerously low levels here. Why? Because the 50,000, well, obviously, like, we don't want to see Bitcoin at the 40,000s when we're in a bull market, but Bitcoin's supposed to be at 70,000. But many people, many analysts are confirming, you know, we might hit this level of the 46,000 mark just to be the last dip, right? Because everybody's expecting, oh, September is going to be a bad month. This month is going to be red. It's historically been a bad month for stocks and crypto, which fair enough. Yes, it has. But really, like, we started the month at like sub 60, right? We were like 59, 58, 57,000 over here, sorry. 1st of September, 58,000, right? We've just been going down non-stop. We were very, very close to approaching 60,000. We reached 59,800. Yep. And no, we just continued dipping. I did get a couple more DCA positions in, if you know what I mean, on my main account. So I'm kind of happy with that. But I do kind of need this to start going upwards now because it's getting a little ridiculous. But I mean, hey, if it keeps on dipping, I'm prepared for it. I think I know what I'm doing. So that's what I have in terms of decently positive news. But for now, things are slightly going down. And we've got a couple of reasons for that. So let's get into the news. First, I do want to start off with something a little goofy. I don't know if you guys know who this person is, but this is Roaring Kitty. I think his name was Keith or Kenneth. I don't know what his name is. He basically, it's a big meme kind of thing going on in the stock market, not really with crypto, right? It's basically a couple years ago, 2020 probably, there was some insider trading going on between, it was this big war of retail investors versus institutional investors, where he goes on Reddit, he's like, okay, everybody at this time, at this day, we're going to buy, I don't know, some random stock, GameStop, right? And what that did is they caused GameStop to soar in price, which at that time was being shorted by a lot of, I'm going to go to a bigger time scale here. It was being shorted by a lot of, you can see what I'm talking about here, right? A lot of institutional investors around the $4 mark, because it was a little higher before this, like about $11, $10 historically at least. What they did was they spiked the price all the way up to $120, and this happened on January 2021. They kept the price levels a bit high as there's this big war between retail investors trying to liquidate institutional investors, right? And then, of course, vice versa. Of course, institutional investors long-term won this battle. But this year, he did come back. He came back in May 2024. And he kind of did the exact same thing again. And why did this happen was because of him posting images and videos on Twitter of just like these little code messages, I guess is what you can say. Basically what I'm trying to say with all of this is that he did the same thing today. Today, after not posting for over, I think it was 2 months, he's finally come out and posted this frame from Toy Story. If you know, this is Andy dropping Woody, and this is the scene where he says, "Oh, you're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore." And he drops Woody. However, we do see, instead of Woody, of course, there is a dog. What does the dog mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out, but I have some assumptions here, because he was also big on other stocks like AMC. AMC was another big stock that also was being pumped a lot, which you can see around the same time, 2021, right? And we also got some meme coins on crypto because of these, right? For GameStop, AMC, but he also was holding on Chewy. Chewy is some dog food company, retailer, pet-related food, treats, dogs, cats, fish, etc. He apparently had a lot of positions in here. He was being sued by like Securities Exchange Commission or some other government agencies for doing this kind of insider trading. Ultimately, I don't recall what the results of all of that was, but you know, his lawyer has told him to just remain silent, let this all blow over, and he'll be just fine, which seems like he's been trying to do. But this time he's back. He's back with this photo. Unusual Whales figured something out as well, that on GameStop, before this tweet went out, someone put $2 million on GameStop. Does this mean that Roaring Kitty is trying to, I guess, scam everybody else again by making himself rich doing this kind of insider trading? He's like, I'm just going to buy $2 million worth of GameStop today, need a bit more money, and then I'll post some random image on Twitter and let the stock blow up, because this is what he's known for now. He's just known for pumping GameStop. He does that. Did this have any effect on GameStop? Not too much. Not too much. Currently the price, yeah, 2% move. Oh, this is in the week. Let me go to the day chart. You can see today it's gone up, right, a little bit, because it kind of came out a little late, is when everybody started noticing this kind of news. Post-market, I don't have that data yet. We'll have to see how it comes out on Monday, because we're on the weekend. Strange that he would do this over a weekend as well, but still possibly something fishy going on here. If this $2 million turns out to be his, he might be doing this insider trading stuff again. But I mean, does it really matter? Like, it's just nice to see, because like this is what the community also likes. He has a big following along with this, and they just want to see him win, because he's like the idol of retail investors. We're using him as a vehicle to combat the institutional investors. So that's the kind of little war that we have going on right now. But people, of course, are dissecting this a little deeper. If you notice here, the dog, this is the normal dog emoji, right? The iOS dog, Apple emoji. Well, I don't even know if this is the dog picture. Okay. No, this is not a dog emoji. It's the eyes emoji from iOS. It's basically put onto the dog here. And there's just this huge thread of conspiracy theories of what this could mean. Yeah, it's the Apple eyes. When you look closely, the different version, there's a different gap. This is going way too in depth, right? I'm not going to read all this, but you can already imagine. Dog, yeah. There are many other examples of mirroring arcade suites. Okay. Roaring Kitty is, yeah, something is going on. There's something symbolic going on here. If you want to read more about it, just pause frame by frame there, but I'm not too interested in it either way. I do want to see how, do we even have GameStop here? I think we do. GME, USDT, we do. It's up 63%. Okay, well that's, yeah, there you have it. What time did this happen? 12? 12 o'clock, yeah. So 12 o'clock, we saw a massive pump of 44%. The next hour, 16%. And we've been within this range. In total, the stock, not the stock, this crypto, it's a meme coin. It's on Solana. It's up 63%. That's crazy. I should have probably bought, I don't know. It definitely made a couple people rich. So If you were holding on to that meme coin, congratulations. Don't buy into it now, of course, because you'll fall victim to this kind of a drop, right? That happens after a big pump. This is when it first came out. It came out on June, like a couple weeks, I think, after the initial pump of this year that when he came back. And then from there, it's just been losing popularity. It's been flat all this time because Roaring Kitty has been silent. He did go live on YouTube once, but he didn't explain much. And it's just been very silent. People were kind of, you know, bent over the fact that nothing exciting came out of it. But yeah, this meme coin, you know, lives on here. And of course, stock market is closed, so you can't operate the actual GameStop. But people see that tweet and they start going to the cryptocurrency of GameStop. Do we have an AMC? No, I don't think we do. I don't remember what else we have, but there's other meme coins on Solana based around this kind of stuff as well. So yeah, crazy things going on there. Anyways, if you're wondering why crypto is dropping, I was also wondering. Misinterpretation of news is that's the reasoning I would put it at. So here we have this kind of news where like many other news outlets, DGen News, Cointelegraph, they've come out with this title saying VanEck will close and liquidate its Ethereum futures ETF. If you don't know who VanEck is, they're some institutional company. They have an ETF for Bitcoin, they have an ETF for Ethereum, and they're closing down its Ethereum. Yes, that is true, but it is misleading. We even got a community note from it before. Well, they did come out and explain, like, okay, y'all are not reading the news correctly. Even the VanEck intern came out and mentioned this. But here's what's been going on. It's misleading. It feels, they're giving the feeling that VanEck is shutting down the fund, but they're not. They're closing, yes, they are closing the ETF, but they're moving it to a spot ETP. It basically means instead of, you know, using futures, you know, more risk, more reward type deal on their ETF fund, they will instead use spot, which would be less risk, but also less reward. With futures, you know, you have the risk of being liquidated, and that's because you're using leverage, right? Leverage can help you make more gains with money that you technically don't have, right? You increase your gains, but if it goes against you, as it is, as you know, crypto in general is going against most of us towards the downside. The bears are currently winning, but I would say we're in like a bear trap kind of territory. Still, you know, people misinterpret this news. Oh my God, they're shutting down the ETF. Ethereum ETFs are garbage and they're not working. Ethereum is worthless, and that's why Ethereum is one of the biggest coins to drop today, being down almost 6%, and it did dip to a pretty similar level to where we saw the recession levels as well. And it's just literally just a misinterpretation of the news. VanEck says, okay, yeah, you guys are not reading this correctly, and here's what they actually mentioned is that the spot Ethereum ETP was approved, so they're closing the ETF that invested in Ethereum futures. So they're moving from futures to spot, right? That's the only change. The amount of money stays the same. It's just going to be less risk, less reward kind of deal. Maybe people don't like that. Sure, that's fine. There's many other ETFs you can invest in. But yeah, that's the difference. There is just that kind of change, and people are misinterpreting the news and causing a lot of FUD. So I think this drop is really a nothing burger. We'll get over it very soon. It's still a good time to DCA though. That's how I've been taking it, at least. So pretty interesting stuff, to say the least. All right. And Ethereum, how is it even doing? It's kind of climbing back up, right? I think this is the lowest, honestly. Well, for at least from today's news. If we get some other crazy fundamentals, we'll continue dropping. But don't worry, there's still a lot of other stuff to cover. September, like I said, it's known historically to be a down month, so most likely people are just using that as an excuse to say, oh, everything's going to drop anyway, I'm just going to sell. Remember what Donald Trump said, never sell your Bitcoins. So we got to keep on to those. You know, Ethereum's pretty valid as well. Remember that, what's his name? Vitalik Buterin has 90% of his net worth in Ethereum. It's not going anywhere, so we shouldn't worry. It will recover. And remember, at one point, without ETFs, Ethereum did reach 4,000 this cycle, like March 2024. That was when Bitcoin reached its peak. Obviously, it was due to the news of Bitcoin ETFs coming out and, going live, right? Approved by the SEC. Then, kind of been oscillating around the 3,000 zone. We lost the 3,000 zone. We're in the 2,000 zone. Ethereum 3,000 is like having Bitcoin 60,000 kind of deal, right? Ethereum 2,000s is like having Bitcoin in the 50,000s kind of deal. So they're pretty similar in that sense. Of course, we want Bitcoin above 70,000, which means we would want Ethereum above 4,000. That's the way you should be looking at stuff. It will chase Bitcoin and climb its way back up. Of course, right now, we're very close to losing the 2,000 mark, which I don't think we will do, because that means Bitcoin would also have to lose its 50,000 mark and drop down to 40,000, which would be absolutely devastating. And I just don't think that's going to happen. There's way too many good fundamentals that will be coming up soon. There's so much bullish stuff going on. This is just, of course, a market correction in the bull market. It's just a bear trap is what they're calling it, where people are saying, oh, look how much we're dropping. It's so over. Let's all start shorting. But the truth is, we've got the halving. Just take the halving, for example. What has happened in the previous couple of halvings of Bitcoin? Price has gone up after this kind of amount of period of time. In October, November, it's the most bullish months for crypto. You're going to see Bitcoin pump, do a lot of short squeezing, pushing its way all the way back to 60,000 and then 70,000. We'll get uncharted territory in November after elections, after Trump wins. Hopefully Trump wins. And then, we'll see 100K end of year, no doubt. That's all I have to mention about crypto. So, misinterpretation of news causing the FUD today. Crazy stuff. Pavel Durov came out with another tweet. Yesterday he came out with a statement, a large letter that nobody read. And I'm not reading all of this either, but bottom line is he's committed to turn on moderation on Telegram from an area of criticism into one of praise. Wait, no, that's not right. Whatever. He's basically trying to comply now with the new laws because, oh, this is the interesting line. Sorry, I read it wrong. 99.999% of Telegram users have nothing to do with crime. The 0.001% involved in illicit activities create a bad image for the entire platform, putting the interests of our almost billion users at risk. And I agree with that. So he is working on making some changes to keep Telegram up and running and to avoid himself some charges or prison time. He's stuck in France, so we need him to get out of there. Ton was pretty bullish yesterday. Today it's back down. The Telegram coin, it has a crypto coin, yep. And yeah, just need him to get out of France for us to start pumping there as well. Of course, that kind of news has been keeping Bitcoin down as well, losing confidence. Retail interest is very low, so it's just a matter of time. FOMO will start to kick in once prices start shooting up again, and people will, watch the price skyrocket and want to be part of it as well. They'll get them maybe a little bit late. We're still early to enter. That's the way I'm seeing stuff. Positive outlook. All right. Today was Friday. Today we got non-farm payrolls data. Interesting stuff here. So, the non-farm payrolls was a miss. The private ones was also a miss. The manufacturing, miss. The unemployment rate, that one was in line. It was what we expected, right? So what does this mean for the market? Is that a 50 base points September rate cut is a near certainty. Matter of fact, they increased it. Well, here's a summary of what happened in general before I start talking about the rate cuts. Much of the concern of Fed Chair Powell. Oh my gosh, I can't read. The August jobs report came in much weaker than expected. The economy added 142,000 jobs in August, which was below the expectations of 164,000. We got 142. That follows a big downward revision for July, which added 89,000 jobs, compared to a previously reported increase of 114,000 jobs. Remember when they also lied about, I don't remember how many jobs, 800,000 jobs, something crazy like that. That was all a lie to try to make the Biden administration look better. I don't think they actually added that many jobs. That's a downward revision of 25,000 jobs. They did get a revision on the same day too, which was very crazy. The US unemployment rate also fell from 4.3% to 4.2%. That was in line with what the market expected. Not too much of a big surprise. Still, it's a high number. So, it's still something that has to come down a lot further. It just indicates that the economy is not in a good position. The instant reaction to this, the US dollar fell, bond yields plunged, gold rallied, some other stocks also increased until the afternoon. Everything started dropping again. It was very short-lived. Key takeaway, the weak non-farm payrolls reports adds to the evidence of a slowing labor market, and there's calls for a 50 basis point rate cut later this month. Will grow stronger as cracks begin to emerge in the economy. Bottom line there. So now it even reached a 52% chance that the Fed will cut rates by 50 basis points in September, compared to 29% last week. So it was almost like more than 50. It was more than certain that we would get a 50 base point rate cut. But as of right now, that has now just decreased to 30% for whatever reason. And that's why it happened around like the afternoon. The market saw this somehow just decrease, and then everybody just turns bearish again, and the prices of everything dropped. Also pushing further downward pressure on crypto during that time as well. So that's why we did see another drop today. It includes that kind of news. It's moving on to politics here. We have some news that a judge, I'm dropping my pens. Judge delays Trump's sentencing until November 26. Remember that he was charged with the Hutch case money thing, whatever it was called. After the Justice Department official, he confesses to the case being a political hit job. So, there you have it. Well, according to Alex Jones, at least. Yeah, now they can't, use the convicted felon thing anymore, that Trump is a convicted felon, whatever, because they're moving that case over to after the elections to not interfere with the elections. It's clearly the opposition trying to make Trump look bad kind of deal. At least that's what's rumored at the moment, so take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, pretty good news for Trump, at least. Trump also came out and said that the Biden-Harris administration, he's calling them out, or he's calling the accusations that the Russian interference in the 2024 presidential election was a fake political witch hunt and a scam, which clearly means, of course, they're just trying to bring Trump down. That seems to be the Democrats' strategy. Like, they don't have any decent policies. They're just copying half of what Trump is doing, and then they're also just trying to make Trump look bad, try to take him down, try to assassinate. I'm not saying that they're trying to assassinate him, but, it's all very, very sketchy stuff. Things, makes you think a little about the whole scenario. Is it really Trump versus the Democrats? No, hold on. Is it really... Yeah, are you voting for Trump? Or are you voting anti-Trump, I guess, is the deal. That's a better way to put it. Trump also said that he would remove U.S. sanctions on Russia because it's hurting the dollar. So, I don't know. All of this seems like it would be a positive outlook for the relations between USA and Russia if Trump does get elected. Now, we already know that Trump is a good friend of Putin. So, I think it would be good news to see that kind of stuff going on. Here's some funny news. Ripple co-founder and executive chairman Chris Larson, he actually endorsed Kamala Harris for president. Like, what are you doing, brother? If you don't know, that Kamala Harris actually was considering appointing Gary Gensler to be the U.S. Treasury Secretary. And Gary Gensler right now is the head of the Security Exchange Commission, who have been trying to sue Ripple, the company this guy is working at, for so many years, and that they kept the price down for such a long time. And now this guy's endorsing the party that's going to put this guy, Gary Gensler, at a higher position. It's just brain rot, in my opinion. Why would you do that? Anyways, we have the school shooter news, more information about it coming out. Yeah, I was read about yesterday things about him being transgender. He got bullied for being gay, apparently. He expressed frustration by shooting up a school, and also going on Discord to express his frustration in the acceptance of trans people. Clearly something's up here. Of course, his father was also there. It's very difficult for him to go to school and not get picked on. Went from one thing to another. I was trying to get him on the golf team. They're like, oh, look, Holt's gay. He's dating that guy. Just ridiculed him day after day after day. So, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what to do to solve this whole woke epidemic. Speaking of anti-left stuff, I guess. Conor McGregor, I shared some news yesterday that he was considering going for Irish president. And there's some news here that says if he does become president of Ireland, he will deport all illegal and criminal immigrants that are living in Ireland, and will also assign a team to investigate all immigrants. So now that kind of makes me want to side with him. But we just got a community note here already that's saying Irish presidency is mostly a ceremonial role and does not have the power to control immigration policy. So then who does? I don't even know anymore. But it would be decent to see how he does in office if he does get elected. That'd be just, I think it's 2025, the elections for Ireland. Yeah, not sure what Ireland politics would have in mind, but like, you know, Europe, of course, is getting destroyed by a lot of immigration. Clearly, you can see that in the news. I don't think it takes an expert to figure that stuff out. All right, here we have other news about Warren Buffett. He continues selling Bank of America stock and has now totaled a sale of 6.97 billion, almost $7 billion. Berkshire Hathaway has extended its Bank of America stock sales into September, with Buffett offloading $760 million in the latest round. It just makes people concerned, like, why is this guy selling? Well, sure, he already has his billions of dollars. Maybe he's just, you know, taking some profits. Who wouldn't? He's very old, and yeah, I'd like a couple billion for myself if I was that age. But people are also trying to look at this the other way, like maybe he knows something. Maybe he thinks that there's a crash going to happen. He's taking profits now, and then when the market crashes, he's going to buy more. Which, I mean, the market is kind of dropping quite a lot. Still, it hasn't had too much of an impact, according to this, despite the sell-off. And yeah, that's all really for it. So just a bit more fear going on in the market because biggest investor selling, bottom line. In the month of September, this is just crazy news, is that $2 trillion in value was erased in just 4 trading days in the US stock market. Like, that's just how bad September has been already. But I think it's all just, what do you call it, placebo, when people think, yeah, this is a terrible month, we're all going down, so I might as well sell everything because everything is going down. No, I think you should have the opposite kind of mindset. Buy everything now, well, as much as you can, I guess. And then October, November would be great months. If September is historically a bad month, right? Probably. We'll have to wait and see. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Here we go. Fidelity also sold 2,665 Bitcoin. It's totaled 5,600 Bitcoin in the last 3 days. Is this capitulation? Probably. Here I have the details. And the second in the list is Fidelity. So Fidelity, yes, they've had outflows 4 consecutive days in a row. 162 million, 7 million, 150 million, and 85 million, right? Of course, Grayscale, constant selling nonstop of Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin ETFs. So that's obviously not good news. It's just the ETFs that are selling. It's like they're not even on our side anymore. They're all selling. And BlackRock has kind of stopped buying since 26th of August. They actually sold 13 million on the 29th of August. From there, they haven't had any inflows that we know of yet. So, yeah, once again, I'm not sure. You tell me. Do we have, can I find Ethereum ETFs? Here we go. How has this been doing? Like, barely any inflows for whatever reason. Some from Fidelity, not too bad. VanEck will be selling. We got the news of that today. Well, not selling. They're just moving they're just canceling ETF to an ETP. That's all. And Grayscale is just constant selling. 20 million, 50 million, 40 million, 7 million, 10 million. Why are they selling so much, especially at low prices? Crazy stuff from Grayscale. They just have so much. They're just flexing on us at this time. They still have 9,000 Ethereums to sell. Well, no, I'm reading this wrong. It's 9,000 millions, which is $9 billion, right? Yes. Yeah. So not looking too good, right? A lot of outflows going on. That's also why we have been dropping, admittedly. But while retail is panicking, the whales are buying the dip. Somebody just transferred $180 million to Binance, ready to buy who knows what. Bitcoin, Ethereum, anything that's at a good price, because they know long term this will all start going up again. And we'll see new all-time high levels end of this year, most likely. I'm prepared for that. I'm very prepared for that. There's even more whales buying. Somebody bought $13.6 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Very good. And Mr. 100, of course, keeps buying 100 Bitcoins. Actually, it doesn't even seem like every day anymore. It seems like every 2-3 hours, right? Interesting stuff. Well, that's all we have for the news. Has Bitcoin recovered? Not quite. We're still 53,841. Still a great price to buy. I still have my trigger orders down here for the case that we do see a lower low. If we see a higher low and start going up, then I think we're still back, right? But we shouldn't also get fooled, because we can go up to at least 56,000 before we start seeing another dip again. 56, 55,000, because it would continue this downtrend, pushing the further downward pressure. If we do like continue this over here, where I have this drawn out, it's around the 23rd of September, 20th of September, right? If we do reach this level, sure, this might be the bottom, but then from here, I'm expecting we start going up again. If the end of September is like over here before 60,000, right? 30th of September, 1st of October, that would be our red month for September, right? If we're ranged in the 50,000s for this month of September. October, I'm expecting it to be a green month. We might see ourselves go up to the 60, almost 70,000. November, elections, we go to the moon. December, 100K. At least that's what I expect. I'm trying to be as conservative as I can, but maybe I'm just getting too excited. I don't know. Many people are agreeing that, yes, this is probably going to be the last dip that we see before we start taking off in this month of September, right? We're not going to see a dip in October. We hope not, at least. Like I said, we're just all speculating. We don't really know what we're talking about. But yeah, that's what the experts are saying. So, hey, we should agree with them. How long have I been streaming? 32 minutes. Okay. What I want to do... Should I do backtesting today? I'm bored. I'm going to backtest. Just spontaneously. First of all, I want to see how my positions are doing. Hang on. Here. Oh, not here. Oh, my positions. I'm blind. Okay, so everything's down. You know what I'm going to do is just drop 500 right now on Bitcoin, right? Yes. Because this is just dirt cheap. 53,000. Wait till this reaches 60,000, guys, okay? I do have cross margin, so I don't have to worry about liquidation. Like, this can reach zero. Like, Bitcoin can reach zero is what I mean, and I'll be fine. Kind of. I'll still lose all my money, but, like, it's going to be until Bitcoin reaches zero when I lose all my money, which that's not going to happen. So, you know, I don't have to worry about this leverage thing if it's 3x, or... I should limit myself to 3x still, just to be as conservative as I can. But my liquidation risk is very low. I'm hiccuping a lot. Sorry. Okay. I know it says we're down 406. Trust me, my main account is suffering a lot harder. But we'll be fine. This is just what the DCA is like. I'm not getting charged any funding fees. I'm starting to feel like you don't get charged that on a demo account. So, cool. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open two charts. And what I mentioned yesterday was the fact that I will be changing this to... Why isn't this chart loading? Trade now. Oh, okay. It's just taking its time, I guess. So I'm not going to be doing the 1 hour, 5 minute thing. I will be doing that maybe in the mornings. I know it's more safer to do that in the mornings. But I need something to do in the evenings, right? I can't just sit here, bore you guys, and not show you any trades. And I like the 1 minute because it's a lot of opportunities that can present to you at any minute kind of deal. And I will be looking for trends in the 15-minute chart, which, cool, this does save that. I'm going to backtest this. And I did kind of prepare for it. Not really. But I did have this set up over here. We're using the 15 minutes, 1 minute chart. Bitcoin, and I'm going to be doing this from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. just to see what happens in the morning, in the afternoons, in the evenings. I'll be able to judge based off of that kind of info. I think we might need more than 30, and I don't know how far back we'll be able to go, so that's something I want to check with the charts. And that can only be done in the 1 minute chart, and I doubt we'll be able to go as far back. So wish me luck. Let's see. Because you only get like 5,000 candles, I think, as far back as you can go. So in terms of like actual date ranges, it's not going to be too far. I think it's already here. Yeah, 30th of August. Imagine that. So that's just what, 6 days, 7 days ago, a week ago. Yeah, not too much data to go off of. But hey, we take what we can on a free account. I'll take it. TradingView is worse. So this is 16 o'clock. Like I said, I'm going to be able to do... You know what? I'm just going to change the time on this because I really cannot read. So 8 a.m. I'm not even going to put a.m. Just 8 till 22 o'clock. That's 10 p.m., I think, in military time. Nobody uses that time, bro. Why is... Or maybe in France, I bet they use that. It's always the French. Okay. 15-minute charts. Go back to August 30 at 16 o'clock. August 30, 16, right here. Okay, let's see. How have we been doing? We're in an uptrend from 1645 until 1930. So, okay. I need this bar thing. Vertical line. 1930 here. Okay, let's go find uptrends. Which, okay, this is just starting, so I won't count it. I won't count it for this one. And that might destroy me, but we'll see. We have an entry over here. What time is this? 17 o'clock? Yeah, we can enter that. Let's go long position. I will be using risk-reward ratios of 1 to 2, just to be safe. But I will check if the 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio does count. And we're longing this. So I'm going here. The ticks, that's what I also want to ensure that I set up correctly. This would probably have to be 500 ticks, right? 57 plus 5, 62. Is that good? It's, I think it's good. Yeah. What would the other one be if this was, sorry, this was 57, right? What if I change this to, what, 10? Yeah, that's way too far down. Okay, we're using, yeah, 500 ticks. I will also add that to my rules because I didn't know how many ticks to put. So we'll put 500 ticks for Bitcoin in the 15-minute chart. We'll figure out how many attempts we do, what the rate of returns are, the profit, loss, start date. That's something I do want to write down. We're starting 30th of August. August 30, and we're ending today's date, of course, September 6. And we'll determine if this is a valid strategy or not. So stay tuned. Let's go back here. So I'm putting this here. I'm spoiling. Risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. So I need this multiplied by 2. Let me get the good old calculator out. It's 12,000 up there. Let's see what happens. Looks decent, and we got a profit. Cool. And 1 to 3 could have worked, indeed. I'll just draw it out so that we keep the record here. Also, I don't want the price labels, because that's just going to be too confusing down the line. So we'll turn it off for now. And I also have to turn it off for shorts. I hope I remember that. Okay, I'll write this one down. Entered at 1728. Oh, that's going to be kind of annoying, huh? The time frames that we've entered, because I have to write this stuff down over here. 1728. Although I could probably just sort and filter this by descending order to figure out What was the most profitable times? What was the least profitable times? 2% rate of return here, and 1 to 3 would have worked. Yes. Okay. That increases our balance from 10,000. We're starting with 10,000, by the way. We go from 10,000 to 10,200 because we're risking $100. 1% of the account, the whole capital, each trade. 1% of 10,000 in this case, $100 is what we risked. We're using risk reward 1 to 2, so we risk 100 to make 200. That's what we have 2% here. And a 3% should actually be applied, but I'll figure that stuff out later. I'm only testing with 1 to 2 just to see if it works. So far, first trade in, it is working. We can still keep going, right? We can go until 1930. Let's see if we have another upswing. And we get it over here, but what time is this? 1840? Yeah, we can enter. Cool. You might even find 2 positions in one day. Oh, well, yeah, that's going to be very common, actually, because that's how it is in this time frame, the 1 minute time frame. This, what did I have to do again? Oh yeah, 73, because we're using 500 ticks. Okay. I'm getting confused because I'm used to 5,000 ticks on the other charts. Let's see how this one turns out. We go up, we go down, and it has a stop loss. It was very close to our profit. Could the 5 ticks have worked? No. Almost take profit is what I'll write on my comment over here. Whoops. Almost take profit. Time that we entered was 1841. And take profit or stop loss. It was a stop loss. We lost 1%. Moving on to the next coin. Next time. Next trade. This ends at 1943, so no more entries until, I'll just play this safe, 2030. At 2030 we can find longs. Not at this time. We have to be above it. And I can go until 22 o'clock, so I'm safe here. 20 and 30, so I have to go there, which is over here. From here, do we have any longs? We have a long right here on this red candle. So we can enter that. Let's do it. Long right. Yeah, we're above. Close of the candle right there. Stop loss is over here. This is hitting a stop loss anyway, so does it really matter? Whatever, I just know it hits a stop loss anyway, so I'll just write down the time. 2048. That's the issue with this trade, is that it gives you a lot of false signals. Yeah, it's fair. I won't even comment on it. What time did we open again? 2048. We lost 1%. Okay, cool. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Doesn't really matter anyway. So what did I say? We're still in an uptrend for this whole time until 22 o'clock. So I can go here. Another upswing do we have? Nope. This is a downswing. This is the upswing at what time? 2111, that's a valid entry. I must put a Fibonacci there. This is the close. We would put our stop behind this level. 500 ticks is 700 there. Really? Is this really making a difference? Probably. I'm just probably not noticing it. Or maybe it has to be lower. I don't even know. Oh, this seems like a lot. It's a long trade. Yeah, and it hits a stop over here. And our time is up from here. So we would move on to the next day. 8 a.m. is where we would have to go next. Right here. So I have to write this down, sorry. 2111. We hit a stop loss. Yeah, that was fair. All right, cool. Next day. 8 a.m., which would be over here. We're starting off no trend until we hit here, 8:45. From 8:45 until 9:45 we can enter. So let's go there. 8:45 right here. It's already starting off in an uptrend at what time? At 8:40. So we can't enter this because of the candle. We're still in an uptrend. We got to make a downswing first, which is right here, and then we make the upswing right here. So this was where we would enter. Not this one, but this one. We'll go long here, stop below this level. 500 is 48 plus 5, 53, and I deleted something. 53 times 2 is 10. Looks like the swing saved us there for 1 sec. For one dip, and then the second dip it hits us. Stop loss again. Okay, looking bad. But it's fine. We still write these down. We're getting a lot of data here, so it makes sense. What time did I enter? 9:07. Lost 1%. Next. Okay. From here we have significant drop. So there's no trend until... Would you even consider this an uptrend? 11 o'clock. It's already in an uptrend from here, so it doesn't count. We got a downtrend though on this candle. What is this candle here? Nope, not considered in a downtrend until here. Or is it? No, it's not. So the next candle after this is downtrend, which is 11:30. So let's go to 11:30. We can look for shorts at 11:30 all the way until 13:45. So let's look for shorts, which we have one right here on this candle. So let's enter that short position, and I will not forget that I have to delete the price labels on the style, and then now we can go back to changing the inputs. Wherever the stop would be over here, 500 is easy math right there, times 2 is this. That's where our profit would be. Let's see how this one goes. Looks decent. Almost hits a stop there, but it goes down and hits a take profit. Okay, cool. This saved us, and a 1 to 3 would have absolutely worked as well. Right, not here, but in the next dip. Eventually it would have worked, is the idea. There we go. Okay, what time did I enter this? 11:48. Let's write that down. 11:48. This was a +2 with a 1 to 3 working in this scenario. Let's go back. By this time it is 13 o'clock, and I said 13 was not a valid entry anymore. Well, 13, what, 16? Before this, yeah, it's still considered in a downtrend, so I would still have to enter down if I find a down entry, which we do not. By this time, it's 13:30. We have until 13:45. Still no down. Well, here we do, but it's very, very flat, isn't it? Yeah. Would I even consider this entry? I probably would. Thinking that, yeah, this is my chance to enter. Whatever, let's do it anyway. So entry would be at the close of the candle. Stop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're using this. 5 times 2, 7. Oh, it actually profits. That's interesting. I was expecting this to go the other way, and a 1 to 3 would have worked too. So, hey, you know what? I'll take that. Entered at 13:37. Let's write this down. 13:37, 2%, 1 to 3 would have worked. We should technically be up if we did 1 to 3s here. 10,496. Even though we had a couple of losses, these 3 winning trades would have compensated that. But we're using 1 to 2 for now, so we're at 10,193 realistically. Let's go back. After this, we're not in a trend until... I wouldn't count this either. This, after this one. 15 o'clock. Let's go to 15 o'clock right here. From here, we're looking for shorts until whatever this is. 16:15, because, well, here. 16:30. Okay, let's look for shorts here, which we evidently get that over here already. Was there a valid upswing, though, first? Yeah, that's a valid upswing, right? And then we get the short signal right here, so we can enter there. At the close of the candle, stop would be above this level, no, without a doubt. 49, this would be 54. Times 2 is 10,000. That's our profit. Does not look good, but we're still alive, and then we had to take profit. Yeah, we do. Cool. A 1 to 3 though would not have worked at this time, so that's something to keep in mind, and I'll write that down. So I entered this. What did I say? It's 1504. This is 2%. 1 to 3 would not have worked in this case. Just so I could keep that in my mind when I go back and review that. So let's go back. What time is this? 16 o'clock. 1607. Okay, so we can still look for shorts here. We go up and we go down here. What time is this? 1628. 1630 is no longer valid, but I technically would probably enter this. So I think I'm going to have to, unfortunately. Short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have a big movement that we have to manage as well. Oops, by 2. Okay, here we go. That's a profit level, and this one goes directly to a stop. Okay, fair enough. Write it down as well. What time did we do this? 1628. Let's go back. 1628. Lose 1%. Remember, we go until 22 o'clock, so we still got a long day ahead. Let's see what happens over here. We're above. Is this one considered above? Yeah, technically it is. We can look for longs at 18 o'clock. 19, 20... Well, no, I'm reading this wrong. Until 1845. So from 18 o'clock until 1845, we can find entries. Let's go there. 18 o'clock. Right here. We're looking for longs in this case. And we do see a long entry over here. So yeah, on this red candle. So let's go here. Long position there. Stop would be below one of these levels. They're all the same. This would be 53 times 2 is 10,000. There we go. And loses. Okay, fair enough. And it keeps going down, interestingly enough. We entered this 1807. Writing it down on my Excel. 1807, lose 1%. That's all we have. These were all fair, right? I had no comment. 1 to 3 would not have worked. Not work. I would write that in my comment. That's all. Okay, back here. 1828, 1845. We can look for another upswing, possibly. Is this valid? This is valid. I think I would probably enter this to... What time is this? 1837. Yeah, I would enter this. Even though I think I know how it's going to end up. Not good. Probably going to have to use this low. 500 is 18 times 2, 37. There you go. It's a very, very tiny trade. And hits a stop as well. Why does it go all the way up to here? That's strange. Okay. Well, there you have the losing trade. Let's go write it down. What time did I enter? 1837. And lost 1. Lost 1, not 4. Okay. There's a very tiny trade. What happens here? 1855, no longer in a trend until this... Is it this? Yes. This candle right here. So from 2045, let's go there first. 2045, which is over here. Huge candle. looks huge. It's barely not even 0.20%. But I'd still consider this a god candle in a 1 minute chart. What would I consider a god candle in a 1 minute chart? I don't even know. Because in the 5 minute chart, a god candle would be something like 0.70% or like 1% in one candle. That's a big candle, but in this case, no. So from 2045 until, what, 22 o'clock? Yeah. We can find shorts. I want to see what would happen in this scenario. If we entered, if this would even be considered a god candle. If it goes bad for us, I'll call it a god candle. If not, then we can ignore it. I messed this up. Let me redo it. Here. Stop above, of course, this level. 77. 82, sorry. There. Times 2. 16. There. Are you sure? Okay, well. Goes alright. And, okay, it goes perfectly, actually. And a 1, 2, 3 would have worked. A 1, 2, I wonder how much. What is this? A 1 to 8 would have worked. So that's crazy. But we only use, realistically, 1 to 3. Maximum. There. Well, there. We have the winning trade. 2046 was our entry time. I'll note that down. 2046. 2%. 1 to 3 would have worked. Next. Okay. 22 o'clock, the day is over. Let's go to 8 a.m. the next day and see what happens. Right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At 8 a.m., we're not in a trend. We are over here. 8:30 until 9:45. So we can go there. We're here at 8:30. We can look for shorts. We're already in a downtrend, so we make the upswing first, which we do have right here. And then we make the downswing, which happens over here on this red candle. By the way, 0.20, I'm just writing down on my Excel, 0.20% candle. Okay, just so that I can be aware of it. This 839, oh yeah, we're looking for shorts, my bad. So short position, close of the candle, stop loss would be above this level. 760, no, 07. I'm confused. I really have to calculate this. It's crazy. 107.60 plus that. Okay, so it's 11,620 times 2. There we go. That makes things easier. Crazy movement. Saved us from our stop there. And hits a profit right there. Could a 1 to 3 have worked? I don't think it could have. No, it absolutely wouldn't have worked. 1 to 3 didn't work in this case, but a 1 to 2 did. So we take the 1 to 2, write it down, but we also note down that a 1 to 3 would not have worked. And I'll copy the same kind of comment here. We entered at 8:39. Okay, 8:39. Made 2%. 1 to 3 did not work. Okay. Let's go back. What time is this? 9:44. We said that 9:45 is no longer valid. After this candle, we can start entering again, which is 10:15. Barely, like, I would say, just 10:15 to 10:30. We can maybe find a short, which I don't think we will. 10:15. We're already in a downtrend. We make the uptrend movement over here. Till 10:30, I said, right? So that's an entry, in my opinion. I would say here. So we can enter here. Short position. You're looking for shorts. Stop would be here. I mean, entry would be there. Stop would be over here. This seems like a lot of big movement of a candle. What is this? Volatility, 0.51%. It's not even Well, it is a bit more than the other one. I'll still have to enter this though. This would be, again, I'm stuck with these numbers. 29842. 42. Okay, so this would be our stop times 2. This would be our profit. There you go. It goes to the stop loss anyway. I don't know why I'm stressing. There we go. Entered at 1026. I'll just write this down, don't worry. 26 and lost 1%. Cool. Next, I'd say we don't have any entries until this stuff over here happens. 12:45, 13 o'clock. Let's see if we can find anything. 12:45, we look for longs. We're in a downtrend. We get an uptrend over here at 12:50, and I said we can go until 13 o'clock, so we can probably find a long entry over here. Long position. At what candle though? Hang on. It is this candle. Okay, I was already on it. So we would enter there. Stop loss would be below this level. Really, again, I can't calculate this. Why can I not calculate this? It's 11,433 and times 2. Okay. Saves us from one swing, but then it dips down till here. So that's another losing trade. 1253 was the entry. Minus 1%. Next trade. We don't have any entries after this time. 13 o'clock. We do have an entry at 14 o'clock. Is valid. From 14 all the way until this. 15:30. 14 o'clock. Let's go there, which is right here. We're looking for longs until 15:30. This is a downswing, valid one, so we enter the next valid upswing, which is here on this red candle. What time is this? 14:16. We can go until 15:30. We're good. So let's get the long position here at the close of the candle. Stop loss would be below this level, 500. I'm confused. Is this like 10? Why do I keep hitting like these strange nines? 9506 plus 500. Yeah, it is 1006. Okay. Times 2. 20,000. There we go. Profit right there, and 1 to 3 would have worked. Right over here. Yeah, and it hits it on this candle. Volatility candle of 0.36, but it didn't impact us when we entered before. So that's valid. Let's note it down. Time to enter 14:16. This is a +2, and yes, 1 to 3 would have worked. Equity is still not looking too bad. I'm just going to reach 30 trades for today because I think this stream might be a little long, but like I said, I'm bored. I'll keep going as long as I want. Here we go. We can keep going up at 16 till 16:30. So from 16 o'clock till 16:30, let's go there. 16 right here. We go for the next upswing. First we need a downswing, which we get here. No, not even here. Here we do. And then we get the next upswing, which is on this one. What time is this? 16:25. I know this is going to be bad, but we have to enter it because that's the signal that's given to us. We would long this. Close of the candle. Stop loss would be here, and it's just as a stop loss anyway. I'm not going to bother calculating the amounts. It would be something like that though, right? With the 5 ticks below this, of course. I'll just write this down quick. 1625 minus 1. Next. We see a drop over here. Is this candle valid? It's not valid. This candle is valid. So from here, this green candle, 1830, we can look for shorts until 20 o'clock. 1830, let's go there. Right here, we can look for shorts. We're still in the downtrend, so we make the upswing first, and then we make the downswing right here. Time is this? 1857. We're good until 20 o'clock. Let's short this. Close of the candle would be here. Stop loss above this level. Again with this 9. Oh, this one should be simple though. This would be 14, like that. And times 2. Yeah, looks good. Oh. Almost hit it. Almost hits it twice. Are we not going to hit this one? It goes up a little bit. Okay, this one did hit eventually. But that was still dangerously close. I wonder if a 1 to 3 would have worked. Seems like it might have. Dangerously enough though. No, it wouldn't have worked. Just a 1 to 2 then. Alright, we take what we can get. 1 to 2 works. 1 to 3 did not work in this case, so I will have to write that down as well. This was at 1857. And percent, yes. No, it would not have worked, sorry. What am I doing? 1 to 3 did not work. Okay. Done writing that down. What time is this? 20 o'clock. Yeah, from here we do not enter. I wouldn't enter none of these either. Yeah, because we're not fully closed below or above both moving averages kind of deal. So we skip on to the next day. Let's go. 8 a.m. Starting off right here. What's going on? We were not in a trend for the whole morning until after 10. Not the whole morning. At 10:30, we're in an uptrend. Let's go to 10:30 the next day over here. 10... Are we on the same day? 2nd of September. Yes, we are. 10:30. Right here. Approximately. What time is this? 10:30 is when we can enter, so we're already in an uptrend from here. We can stay looking for upswings until 12. I wouldn't do 12. So let's go. Looking for upswings. We get the downswing movement here, and we get the upswing on this candle. So we can enter this. Let's go here, long position, close of the candle, stop below the swing. Are you serious? It goes to stop. Okay. Whatever, I'll just note down the hit to stop. 1 to 2 would have been there. Stop loss is right here. 10:49 was our entry time. Minus 1%. Okay. Next. We'll be filtering out a lot of these hours that actually don't work, so it's alright. We can enter long at 14 until 14:30. 14 o'clock until 14:30. Let's go. Right here. We can enter longs. This is 13... Is this 14 o'clock? It's already in an upswing though. What time is this one? 13:59. 14 o'clock. Upswing. No, actually that was an upswing. Neither is this. So we start heading downwards actually. Okay, cool. Let's go down then. Here we get a big candle, 0.11%. Oh, we got an even bigger one. 0.16%. And then from here, we're on the upswing on this candle. So a couple candles later. Yeah, sure, let's do it. We have to. Long position. What time is this actually? 14 o'clock. Yeah, 14:11. We can go until 14:30. So I would enter here. It's not what I meant to do. Right there. Stop loss would have to be below this level. 500 ticks, which would be 9. What am I doing? Copy this. Times 2 is that. That's a profit. Bigger trade, it seems like. This is a stop loss, though, unfortunately. So a trade ends there. 14:12 is when we entered. Minus 1%. Next. What happens here? 14:38, no longer in a trend. Until I would say this. What time is this? 16:15. From 16:15, let's go there first. 16:15, right here. So from here we could look for longs all the way until, I would still count all of this, 19:15. That's the most we would go. So let's look for a down movement first, which we don't quite see yet. We do see it here. Okay, so there's the down movement, and then we got the up entry signal right there. So that's where I would be entering. Long, close of the candle, stop below this 5, right? Yes. This times 2 is that. Here you go. And it's a winning trade right off the bat. 1 to 3 would have worked. I think this would be the... I'm trying to calculate the 1 to 3. Yeah, there it is. It hits it on this candle. This was at 1635. 1 to 2 would have worked, and 1 to 3 would have worked. Okay, yeah, rest of the things were fair. I'm just keeping track of the comments as well, so we're good. Okay. Like I said, we're good until 1915. We can still look for longs. First, we need a short, which we don't get quite yet. Price is pretty flat here, huh? Here we get a... No, we don't. Here we do. That's the short, and this is 17 o'clock. Okay, so we can search for the next long, which happens right here. And this is 17:15. We can go until 19 o'clock. Remember that. So let's go long here. Stop below this level. 500. Let's here 12. Yeah, 12. It's kind of difficult to calculate in between those numbers for me. All right, there we go. This seems like a longer trade. Going kind of flat for a while here until we eventually do reach this top level. And it's 22 o'clock by the end of this day, so we're good to use this as a 1 to 3, which would bring us there. And the 1 to 3 would have been hit up here. So 1 to 3 works. Yep. Time did I enter? 17:58. All right, there you go. And 2%, but a 1 to 3 would have worked. How long have I been streaming? 1 hour, 12 minutes. Okay. I didn't show this in a while. Yeah, that's right. So we're on 22 trades so far. Decent rate of return. And remember, this is within a couple of days only. We started on 30th of August, and on the charts, we are on 2nd of September. That's literally in 2 days. If I was operating like this, like just staring at my computer screen using this kind of strategy during that time period, I would have made $800 by now. If I was using risk-reward ratio 1 to 2, of course, it would have been a lot more if I was using risk-reward ratio 1 to 3. If I was doing this, -1, this, -1, this, -1, this. Oh, it'd actually be worse? Yeah, I guess I'd be worse. Why would I be worse? Well, whatever, 10,577. I guess it's relative to the percentage of the account that we're losing here each time. Okay, just gonna undo all that. That's strange. I don't know why that happens. Or maybe there's an error in my Excel coding. Okay, next day. Here is 8 a.m. Let's see what happens at 8 a.m. over here. This is September 3 it would be, so let's go September 3. Yeah, this is 1 a.m. Let's fast forward. 8 a.m. is right here. Okay, what happens? So 8 a.m. we started an uptrend pretty much the whole morning. No, not the whole morning, until 9:15. So let's look for upswings, which we already are. We need to wait for a downswing first. Is that a downswing? That is not a downswing. Here's a downswing. What time is this? 8:40. We're good until 9:15. We enter the next upswing, which is here after this God candle, oddly enough. Well, we still have to enter it. Although, how would I enter this? It looks strange. My long position would have to be here when the 3 moving averages are up. The last swing is over here. This is just a losing trade immediately. Are you sure I'm reading this right? Do we make a full valid downswing? We do over here and here. So we would have to enter the next upswing, which that gets triggered for me on this candle. So if I enter this candle at the close and put my stop over here, that's just a direct stop loss. Yeah, I don't even know what the point of this is. Whatever, let's just... we have to write it down still, I guess, because In real time, I probably would have taken that trade. 855. -1. Next. We make an upswing. Again, over here. Right? What time is this? 9:05. And we go until 9:15. So I would have probably entered this as well. Where was the up trigger? Right here. This is due to 2 God candles, though. I would probably write this down. The first God candle was 0.12. 0.12% candle. And then this next one that I'm about to enter, well, this one, first of all, just lost right over here. Quick trade loss here. It's on this candle. Okay. Long position here. Stop loss would be below this level. 7 times 2 is up there. And this one dumps immediately right over here at 9:27. Right when the market opens in New York Stock Exchange at 9:30. So price dips from there, seems like. That's why it's not good to operate during that time, is what I see at least. Maybe there's a specific time, like even with minutes. Now that I have the option to operate in minutes, I could probably determine that based off of the data that I get from backtesting. I don't know, I'll have to check. What time is this anyway? 9:06. Yeah, I would have entered this. So let me write it down. 9:06. Wait, did I even write down the other one? 8:55. Yeah, I did write this. So 9:06 has to be written. -1. Okay, then we dip over here. We can start looking for shorts at this time. 10 a.m. until here, 12:15. I mean, even still, I would consider this down. Until here, 13:15. Okay, so let's go to 10 a.m., which is right here. We need an upswing first before we start looking for downswings. We don't get the upswing yet. And due to that, the price continues dipping and dipping. Here we have the upswing. We can look for a downswing now, which happens at this candle. This tiny red candle over here. Not this one, this one. Okay. This would be short position here. Stop is over here. This would be... what would it be? 11. Yes. Times 2. 62. Does the price continue dipping? Not really. We stay flat for a long time. It's already 11 o'clock by now. What time did we enter? 10:30? Well, we got saved over here at least. But I don't think it saves us for much longer. So it takes a long time till 15 o'clock and eventually hits a stop loss. Cool. 10:32. This is -1. Okay. Did we have any big candles? I don't think so. Alright, we're fine. From here, well, what time did I end this? 15:11. 15:15. Yeah, so from here, there's no real trend. Here we have an uptrend. Is this an uptrend? Yeah. From 16:45 till 17:15. 16:45 is right here. We look for upswings, which we do get. So I would have probably entered this. Not there, but here. And what time is this? 16:56. Yeah, that's valid. Long position at the close of this. Stop would have to be below this. God candle of 17%. I'll write that down because I feel like that's going to be important. Times 2. There. It goes to a stop loss anyway. And what kind of candle was this? 0.17% candle. And what time did this happen? 16:56. Lost 1%. Cool. What time is this? 17:24. Yeah, from here, there's no entries until this. Is it this one? Yep. So from here, we can look for shorts. What is this? 19 o'clock until 20 o'clock. Really? Well, 19:15 till 20 o'clock. So let's go to 19:15, which is right here. We're looking for shorts, so we make an upswing first, which we do get over here. So we enter the next short. As long as it's before, what time is this? 19:25. Yep, we can enter this. So let's go short position, stop at this the close of the candle here. 5 ticks. It'll be 6 times 2. There. See how this goes. Perfect. Stop. Profit. And then 1 to 3 works as well. Alright, let's write it down. Entered at 19:25. 2%. Yes, 1 to 3 would have worked. Next. What comes after this? 19:57. So we can't enter after, what did I say? 20 o'clock. 20 o'clock is right here and it goes upwards. So we don't enter these. We can start entering at... This is at the close, so I would skip this candle probably. I'd probably be able to enter at 21 o'clock until 22 o'clock, right? Yes. Let's go to 21 to 22. Exactly 21. Right here. Oh, this is a big drop. Yeah, this is almost a 1%, 0.81% in 1 minute. And combined with all these other candles, that's a couple percent. So this is 21 o'clock. We look for upswing, which we get here, and then we get the next downswing is our entry, which happens to be here. Here. What time is this? 21:56. That's like a last minute entry. Should we enter this? Yeah. Because strategy says so. Short position, close of the candle. Right here. 7. This would be 52. Times 2 is 30. Oh, almost hits a profit immediately. And then this is already night hours, so I would be sleeping by this time this rolls out. This does hit a profit, and a 1 to 3 works as well. Right there. So that's a valid winning trade. We entered this one last minute, don't forget. 21:56. We finished at 22. So that was lucky. 21:56. 2%. Yes, 1 to 3 works. How many more trades? 2 more trades, and then I'll finish for tonight, I promise. I won't keep you too long. But hey, I'm alright with this. I'm having fun. We start the next day, which is 8 a.m. right here. How are we doing 8 a.m. the next day? Let's go right here. 4th of September, right? Yes. 6, 7, 8. 8 a.m. Okay, how are we doing? Starting off in the downtrend that goes up, so I wouldn't consider this it's kind of like in a range, right? Wouldn't you agree? Here is safer. So 9:30, 9:45 until 10. So I can do 9:30 to 10. See if I could find a short position. 9:30 right here. We're already on the downside. This goes up. Does not switch to an uptrend until here. And we can until 10. So we gotta take the next down entry, which is not given yet. We actually don't even get the signal. Okay. What time is this already? 9:47. Still looking carefully to see if we technically do get it, and we do over here. It's 9:50. 9:45. Yeah. 950, we're safe to enter. So we're looking for shorts. Short position here. Stop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're using this. This would be 9 times 2, 39. And this is a losing trade. Almost hits a profit though. We stop over here. So is that 950? Minus 1%. Last trade that we'll enter for today. What happens? So from here, there's nothing. This candle, which is at 1045, we can look for longs. So let's go to 1045, which is right here. We're already in the uptrend. So we ride that all the way until this o'clock, 1315. Let's look for a downswing first, which we get right here. Next upswing is what we take. Which, do we get any upswing? We do here on this red candle. So I will take that. Let's go long position at the close of this. It looks like it's going to be a very short one. This would be 2-1 times 2. There you go. We barely missed that. That saved us, kinda, the 5 ticks. And then we get a profit over here, and 1 to 3 works as well, which drags us up to here. Here. All right, this is the last trade we're writing down. 11:25 was the entry time. And we made the 2%. 1 to 3 works. We're done. 30 trades done for today. Not in one day, though. We started 30th of August. Last trade we did was 4th of September. So August 31st, September 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 days. 5 days of work. Our max balance was 10,904. Current balance is 10,589 as of right now. Of course, actually, no, this is not reading it right. This is supposed to equal the last candle. Not candle, but you know what I mean. And this one is supposed to be the max between all of these numbers. Yeah, that's right. This is supposed to be the min between all these numbers. That's right. Okay, rate of return. Did this get deleted? Yeah, it did. Okay, I have to do this. Nope, don't do that. Sum of this. No, what are you doing? And, oh, I see what I have to do. I have to copy this and go down here. Yeah, there you go. So there's my rate of return, 9% with 1 to 2. So far today, I will continue this tomorrow, finish up with Bitcoin. Well, I don't even know if I'll be here tomorrow because I do have some place to go to. But if not, then it will be Sunday. Yeah, we're already at the weekend. That's pretty fast. Let's see what happens if I did a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. If this gave me 3%, if this gave me 3, 3, minus 1, 3, minus 1, 3, minus 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. We reached 10,991, a lot higher, and our rate of return is 10% instead of 9%. So just 1% higher, really. And that's because 1, 2, 3 of those times, the 1 to 3 did not work. Fair enough. Cool. I'll write down the 10% so far. And so we made $907 profit, $904. Approximately the same thing with a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Not too bad, but we still have a couple more trades to go through from the 4th of September till today, which is the 6th of September. I've been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes, so I will end it off here. Yeah, I'm no longer not bored. I'm getting kind of tired now. But yeah, that's all we have. I will screenshot this as well, just in case, so that I know where to pick up from tomorrow. There. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you